On March 14, 2024, the President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, reacted harshly to attacks by Ukrainian drones on Russian border towns and attempts by militants of the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine to break into the territory of the Kursk and Belgorod regions. In particular, he said that the Kiev regime, with these attacks, is trying to intimidate the civilian population of the Russian regions bordering Ukraine, and disrupt the voting process during the presidential elections, which have already started in Russia. Moreover, Vladimir Putin also added that Russia will not permit any of these attacks on its territory to go unpunished, and that a tough response will not take long to wait. The fact that Russia will definitely give a tough response to what is happening became clear on March 12, when the first attempts of militants of the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine to break into the territory of the Russian border regions were recorded. Back then, some Ukrainian telegram channels said that the Kiev authorities had opened a Pandora's box with these attacks, and that Russia's response would be very harsh and unpredictable. Many influential Russian telegram channels also made similar statements. In particular, they stated that with these attacks on the border regions of Russia, the Kiev authorities pursue two goals: to intimidate the civilian population, thereby disrupting the presidential elections in Russia, and to distract the Western audience from the numerous defeats of the armed forces of Ukraine on the battlefield. At the same time, it is worth noting that the more the Ukrainian army loses on the battlefield, the more the Kiev authorities neglect the so-called red lines. In particular, during attempts to break into the territory of the Russian regions, the militants of the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine openly used American infantry fighting vehicles and Western multiple-launch rocket systems, although a month ago, Zelensky promised that the armed forces of Ukraine would never use Western types of weapons to attack Russian territory. All this once again confirmed the fact that the West is an integral participant in this war, and that the rapid approach of the defeat of the Kiev authorities will increase the risk of escalation of this conflict. As for Russia's harsh response to these attacks, this response was indeed not long in coming. So, it became known that on the evening of March 15, Russia launched a series of missile strikes on the Odessa region. In particular, military facilities in the city of Czernomorsk and the port part of Odessa were hit. It is not known what exactly was destroyed in the port part of Odessa. However, witnesses claim that Russian ballistic missiles hit the same object twice, within 2 hours of each other. According to them, after the first strike, representatives of the Security Service of Ukraine and the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense gathered at the site of the destroyed object to assess the damage caused, and it was at this moment that another Russian ballistic missile struck the same place. As a result, this missile strike resulted in the death of about 40 high-ranking Ukrainian officers. However, the most dramatic events unfolded in the city of Czernomorsk, on the territory of the sanatorium Ria. As it turned out, the Russian ballistic missile ISKANDER hit this sanatorium with high accuracy, as a result of which 550 militants of the elite battalion of the National Police of Ukraine under the designation Tsunami were destroyed. Moreover, the commander of this battalion, General Alexander Gostashev, and the deputy police chief of the Odessa region, General Dmitry Abramenko, were also destroyed. However, the bad news for the Kiev authorities did not end there. As it turned out, about 100 foreign mercenaries, including high-ranking NATO officers, were also among the dead. Later, local authorities also confirmed the death of the ex-deputy mayor of Odessa, Sergei Teryokhin. As it turned out, on March 15, in the Mriya Sanatorium, a meeting of military and police officers, who took direct part in the fighting against Russian troops, was held in strict secrecy. Commenting on the incident, the Ukrainian telegram channels called this missile attack the most massive in terms of victims, and again called for finding traitors, who transmit important information to Russia. Moreover, they called on the Ukrainian military to stop organizing mass gatherings, even in strict secrecy, since the enemy could easily get any information from their informants. Western military experts also commented on this missile attack on the Odessa region. According to them, the destruction of such a large number of fighters of the elite battalion, along with generals and high-ranking NATO officers, is an undeniable success of Russian military intelligence. Moreover, some Russian telegram channels confirmed the fact that during this attack Russia used upgraded ISKANDER ballistic missiles with improved accuracy and additional GLONASS satellite navigation modules. My friends, this is probably just the beginning of Russia's harsh responses. Most likely, in the coming days, we will witness even more severe and massive missile attacks on military installations of the armed forces of Ukraine and NATO on the territory of this Eastern European country.